Mr. Kirk. Can you just confirm?
Yes,
with the people in the room?
I know you. I've seen your identity cards.
Right, and the caution now. The caution is you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. If you do not mention in question something you later rely on in court, anything you do say may be given in evidence. And I'll briefly explain that. I know you know the caution, but I've never met you, so I do this for somebody I meet for the first time at a time. The explanation is you don't have to answer any of my questions. However, should this matter go to court, and you tell the court something in your defence, which you could have reasonably told me during this interview, obviously something you haven't told me here, the court may be less likely to believe what you're trying to tell them, and it may harm your defence. And also the discs which we put in, which is recorded in this interview, could be played at court, again, so the court would know what we chatted about during this interview. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Fantastic.
The time, please.
Yeah, we started at 10:54 according to my watch.
9:54.
9:54, sorry.
And what time is it now?
It is now 9:57.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, you're in custody here at HMP Park, so
Is this being recorded?
it is being recorded, yes.
Because I need a copy of it.
Okay, you have to apply.
No. You might as well go home, because are you saying I will not get a copy?
You won't get a copy of it now, no.
No. Within a week, I need a copy of it. Will you arrange that?
I'll arrange, but you'll have to apply it. You'll have to
No.
proceed it.
I don't have to do anything. I've just applied to you. I've applied to you. I want a copy of it.
Right, okay.
Southwell Police are notorious. They never give me copies. Twice in 20 years.
Okay. All right.
Got that?
Okay. Are you happy to carry on without any legal representation? You haven't got a solicitor, you're entitled to someone.
I can't find one.
You can't find one. Okay. Are you happy to carry on?
Well, I have to.
And obviously you're in custody here at HMP Park, so you're not under arrest. This is deemed as a voluntary interview because you're in custody anyway, so I'm not arresting you.
That worries me.
Because
Why are you really here?
well, I'm here to ask you about, and I'll get on to that now, a letter that was sent from HMP Cardiff whilst you were there to a Rebecca Powes.
To a Rebecca?
Rebecca Powes, who is a councillor in the Borough of Avon in Somerset, containing a white powder.
Rebecca, can I have her surname?
Powes. P-O-W-S.
Oh, I don't remember. Have you got a copy for me?
I don't have a copy of the actual letter,
Oh, come on.
but I have a statement from her. Well, I have a
I don't have copies. They will not let me photocopy. They will not let me...
Okay.
Well, hang on. How are we going to do this if we don't have the letter?
Well, the letter hasn't been handled because as soon as it was received by the police, it was put into an evidence bag and sent off for testing. So therefore, at that stage, I have a photocopy of the evidence bag of one of the letters.
I know, I understand.
Okay, and because we didn't know what the subject was, obviously I'm not going to touch it. You can understand that.
Yeah, I fully understand.
So that's why I don't have the exhibit, but I do have. Okay, so we do have a statement of complaint.
Oh, who from?
From Rebecca Powes. Because obviously she'd opened the letter full of white powder in this day and age. She obviously didn't know what it was.
Where is she? I mean, where did she receive it?
She received it to her
Office.
office, yes.
Yeah, where?
In, I believe it was Western-super-Mare, covered by Avon and Somerset.
Western-super-Mare.
I believe it was Western-super-Mare.
Now hold it. Was it Portishead Police HQ?
It wasn't, not police, no, she's not a police officer.
Oh, she's not a police officer?
No, she represents the Conservative Party for Taunton Dean, so it's Taunton.
Oh, it's me wishing to make sure that I'm a member of the Conservative Association. and I'm frantic about making sure we don't get the wrong Prime Minister. And my vote was going to make all the difference. But you've got to give me some documents. I can't remember even writing it at the moment.
Okay, well, unfortunately, as I say, I don't have it to hand. But you say...
Anyway, so what have you got there so that I can establish?
Right, what I've got here is a second letter.
Right, so we're calling that the first letter.
Yes.
And can you show me any documents so that it can jog my memory?
I can't show you any documents, but I can tell you this was received on the 17th of May.
This is
the first letter now,
one.
to Rebecca Powers.
The 17th of May to Rebecca, I don't even know the name, and it's P-O-W-S.
Sierra.
Yes, I do remember that surname. You put such... I assumed it was Welsh. Is that a Welsh name?
No idea.
No idea. Okay.
Basically says in the letter the person who was angry towards the police and the court system. So you've obviously written to an MP.
How does she know that?
Because she's obviously opened the letter at the time and read.
Ah, so she's made a statement.
She made a statement.
Good, let's have a copy of the statement.
Right, okay. Well, I've only got this copy here at this moment in time.
Now, are you telling me that the taxpayer is paying for you to come to see Maurice Kirk, illegally withheld in a Welsh prison, and you haven't even come with the MG11?
Oh, I've got an MG11 here, I've got a copy here.
So you have her complaint statement?
Yes.
Good. So
you don't have what I'm saying, I don't have a copy for you at the
good.
moment.
Well, we can. Well, I can. First of all, we get a copy of it. We adjourn, and they will copy it. Then I can say, I remember, or no, I wish to say no more. I wish to finish this, expedite this, because I'm very annoyed that the taxpayer is funding it.
Right. Okay.
Sorry, that's unusual in Wales for people to consider things like that. But I don't come from Wales, so please knock on the door. They will give you a photocopy. They've done it for me before, for my solicitor, who I thought might be coming today, but I don't have a solicitor. So
right.
How are we going to proceed if we... You can read it out to me, but how do I know it's hers? I mean, you're going to let me look at what you've got. Is it short?
It isn't short. It's about 2 pages.
Oh my God, I can't memorise it and carry on. And is it typed?
It is typed.
Was the original one typed?
I believe so, yes.
I don't believe so. Do you mean that this has been thought about? Police officers have contemplated their navels to decide we will milk this potential witness to keep me in prison longer by getting a detailed typed statement from her that passes the eyes of the Chief Constable, the main defendant in my civil claims for the last 27 years.
Well,
that's what this is about, isn't it?
This has come from Avon and Somerset.
I know it isn't. But why aren't you offering me a copy? If our solicitor was sitting here now, he'd say stop. Well, I don't do that because I'm bored. I have to go back to the cell and do prisoners' court cases because they're being told to be guilty or not guilty by lawyers, depending on how much money your local lawyers can milk from the system. And to hell with their victim. That's why I'm very annoyed at the moment. I've just had a night going through prisoners' court cases. Sorry, continue with your question.
Okay.
So what's the gist? Well, sorry, I won't. You do it. You answer.
Basically, the gist is you send a letter to this lady, and included in the letter was white powder. Yes. Okay.
Because I was in Cardiff prison.
Yes.
If I did it, which I expect I did.
Okay.
But I don't know. I sent it from Cardiff prison. So you have checked up with Cardiff prison. I'll tell you why you've got to be careful. They came and searched my cell.
Okay.
So you must have contacted the authorities in Cardiff.
Let me
confirm that.
Let me give you the sequence of events, which will make it a lot clearer for you.
That's all I want.
Okay, right. I believe that you sent this letter out to Rebecca Powers.
Right.
And she's the Taunton constituent.
Oh, sorry, you said
So
Taunton.
yes, so she's at Taunton, yeah?
Okay, why Taunton? Okay. Carry on.
Now, that's where it's addressed to her, and that's where she's received it. She's opened the letter, and then there's been this white powder she's got on her hands, been very concerned, didn't know what it was.
Oh, she had some on her hand.
In this day and age, it could have been anything
Exactly.
you can imagine. So she found, so she's made a complaint to the police, her local police at Avon and Somerset.
Yeah, and had medical attention.
I think she went and got checked out, she washed her hands, she made a complaint.
In that statement,
I'll tell you now whether she...
she either had medical attention immediately or she didn't. I doubt it. I very much doubt it. This is a set-up by the Southport Police. I give you warning.
No, it doesn't look like she's washed her hands.
No, of course she didn't. Right, carry on with the sequence, please.
Well, so then she's obviously contacted David in Somerset, who has then, in turn, taken a statement and contacted us. Well, contacted us first. I've asked for the statement to be taken from her.
So, she contacted
Avon and Somerset.
my mates in Taunton Police Station,
Yes.
which I know very well.
Okay.
I actually got into it and borrowed the Chief Superintendent's notebook, because they set me up for firearms offences.
Right, okay.
And the whole case was ridiculed, national papers, acquitted, because of what he had written in his notebook. And that has pursued me for 40 years. That is why I'm in prison. These police don't like being exposed by their day-to-day corruption. I'm not talking about you two. You want to be strangers.
We are, and also I've got no interest in. I didn't do the job to fit people up as such.
Yeah.
Neither did my colleague.
I fully understand.
I'm fully investigating.
I know.
Let's say with what's said.
Carry on, please.
So basically, there's a complaint, and this is where we are. Because of that, you were at Cardiff, HMP Cardiff. There were a further 2 letters sent, or intercepted and not sent, which contained
intercepted.
Yes.
Right, now I should be able to remember all this now, if there was a sequence.
Yeah.
So you're now saying, what's the time, please?
The time now is 10:05.
There are 2 other letters.
Yes. Okay, your water's there for you.
Yeah, okay. I haven't eaten for some time.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, just hang on a second. No, I'm excited. That burns up blood sugars, which I desperately mustn't do, which is why I'm heavily dressed to conserve energy. I was a climbing instructor in North Wales teaching survival. Right. 2 other letters, right. Are we going to give me dates and times?
Oh, yeah, I've got the 31st of the 5th.
Of May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 11th of June. Now that's when it was reported to myself by HMP Cardiff. And intercepted, also containing a white powder sent out in a letter by yourself.
Mm.
Okay?
The middle one didn't have white powder.
I believe it did. They've all got white powder.
They've all got white powder?
Yes.
Well, I now realise what this is all about.
Okay. So.
But I have to hear what you've got to say, and then I can give you an answer.
Okay. So what I'm asking you briefly, what is a white powder?
Oh no! I'm in charge. You give me further information that is in that statement, or I cease talking.
Well, that's not for yourself. In your statement, as I say, Rebecca Powers is saying that she's received the letter, she's opened it,
yes.
She's got white powder on her hands,
yes.
washed the substance off thoroughly, she was worried about touching it,
She reported it to the Taunton police.
Yeah, who then in turn sent
referred it to the South
to
Wales.
because of who it came from, it should be Cardiff.
And so you've got nothing else to say other than the content of the next two letters.
There were two letters. The second one
Have you got copies of those?
I've got a photocopy of this. Again, it is of that one. Which is this one.
So before you leave, I can have a copy of that.
Okay.
They all copy it.
Yeah, it's
In which
you can
case?
have, it's not the letter in its entirety, because if you can imagine it's in an exhibit bag, because we don't want to add substance, and I don't.
So you agree that I can have a copy of this, whatever you've got on the second letter?
Yep, you can have. Right. I'm more than happy to give you the photograph of this.
But on that stapled three pages, what about the last page? What is that? The third letter?
No, this is just a copy of the exhibit bag that this letter is in. And because it was in a very big exhibit bag, I couldn't photocopy this entirely.
You will have stapled in 2 or 3 pages details concerning the third substance.
The third substance, again, I haven't. That letter is currently in the property store.
Where?
It's basically in Bridgend.
It's just over the wall.
Yes.
We urinate and spit in the direction of it. It's the police HQ.
Well, it's not an HQ. There's a place where the property is stored. However.
Oh, I know where it is.
Okay.
On the industrial side.
But I haven't.
I know exactly where it is.
Okay. Well, I don't have that because, again.
May I suggest that fire precautions there should be reviewed. May I suggest?
Okay. Good. So obviously I want to speak to you.
So the third letter.
The third letter, which I was made aware of, as I said, on
no later.
The 11th of June.
Today. But all three.
Yes.
Are in Bridgend Industrial Estate, at Bridgend Industrial Estate. But you've got 3 pages, so I need, before we go any further, I need that photocopied, so then I can answer your questions by having those in front of me. Then today we can at least get rid of.
Well, we can get rid of it all.
Yeah, I hope so. I think it's good. The way it's going, it looks as if. But I never get anything once you people stand up. So could you just?
I'm not stopping the interview, but it is on.
So you are refusing. Well, I'll never get a copy of it.
If you listen to me, it is on the interview.
That's of no use to me. I'm the victim of the South Wales Police.
Well, at the moment, the victim.
I haven't seen for 10 years. She's now 20 years old. She is a victim who's grown up without her father.
Yeah, I have no involvement in any of that, sir. I'm here purely to ask you about these letters. I've told you that I will photocopy this exhibit for you.
It can be done while we
But
can.
I'm not stopping you to do it. If you don't take my word for it, it's a matter for yourself. But what I'm asking you is, what is the white substance that you put in the letter, if indeed you are responsible for doing that?
Time, please. Exact time.
It's 10:15 by me.
10:15.
Well, until I've got copies of the 3 pages that you have, I'm going to be in difficulties giving a safe reply as to the white substance. I was told by the drug squad, who came and searched my cell for 32 minutes. I was locked up in the shower with my wheelchair for 32 minutes, which is a very unusual length of time for a mere spinning a cell for drugs. So I assumed they were stealing stuff and having stuff photocopied because of this new evidence about the conspiracy of the South Wales Police to pervert the course of justice and give me 5 years in jail already supersedes any bit of nonsense about some fabricated complaint.
Right.
I don't accept you have a complaint until you give me a copy of her MG11.
All right.
Well, am I being unreasonable?
I think it is actually.
I want to hear it, please. Are you saying I'm unreasonable?
Early on, you said I can read the.
Well, I tried to get through it, but you won't even give me what you have got. You've got 3 pages of the letters I've sent, or data relating to 3 letters of white powder sent to a Rebecca somebody or other.
Yes. Another one.
And you're concerned that it is a Class A drug.
No, I
Well, that's
what I'm asking you is.
That's what we all think it is.
What I'm asking
I think it is. I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is. The drug squad in here think it is. The prisoners who are far more experienced about being turned and they chat to the Trojan squad, what do they call it? To Trojan outside, to inside. They get into your house and search you. Last time they searched, they found a machine gun. This time that I'm being tipped off within the prison that it will be a Class A drug, and the name mentioned by prison officers was heroin.
Okay. So you're telling me.
Now, I'm not asking you to expand on that.
But I'm asking you a question now,
But that's why this is so serious.
Okay, the 3 letters that I'm speaking to you about, are you telling me that you at no time have put any white powder material into any letters that you've written and sent from HMP Cardiff? That's the simplest way I can put it. Are you telling me that you're not responsible?
You're asking me to impart knowledge to assist your inquiries.
Exactly, that's what I'm here for. That's my job,
Well,
isn't it?
Unfortunately, gentlemen, Mr. Blaney and Mr. Richards, Richards, good rugby player at our school, Welsh of course, I can't assist you further because I think you are acting unlawfully.
Okay. All right. At that stage, then, sir, it is now 10:17.
Except that I want what you promised me.
I'm now stopping the recording.
I got a pen to me. So it's a